for the unboxing of the BullArmor Creeper, a folding creeper, and some seats. I just received those today. We have this in that box here. I'm not used to do vertical live too much, so I'm trying to finish setting up the phone right now. All right, so in this box, I order seats and creeper from BullArmor. BullArmor were kind of sponsoring the video, I guess, if you can say. I needed those projects to give me 30% off on top of the sale price. So I was able to get myself some new gear. I'm a mechanic, so I always need some rolling seat, and I always need creepers. I have my snap-on creeper right here. I got some tools in the way here because there's a light in the back of this phone. So I get the inverter here. I was going to try to step over top of the cord, but all right. So I'll show you the snap-on creeper that I have. So that snap-on creeper is really nice, but I brought it home because I had another creeper at work. But my other creeper is just plastic, and the trouble with the plastic is I can't put my light, my magnetic snap-on light on it when I'm rolling around. So this is just a creeper, just like this. It's all a metal frame. Those things are worth a fortune. I think I pay what, 300, 350 Canadian for this creeper. I think they're worth even more now. But yeah, so it's just a metal frame underneath, little padding on the side, and it's just a piece of wood. All the creepers are made pretty much the same. Hey guys. So I got this one here. I got the wheels upgraded in this one because after a while, I think after 10 years into it, the wheels were starting to be a little bit bad. So the snap-on guy that I deal with was nice enough. The wheels were not supposed to be all warranty, just the broken one. But he said, let's make it all the same. He says, don't worry about it. I'll deal with them. So he gave me all 6 wheels for this creeper. Well, I've been missing this creeper a lot because of, like I said, I have lots of magnetic light. I think I have one in my pocket, actually. I don't know if you guys saw that video. I tested, that's the new software in ST1 or ST2. Yeah, ST2 light that just got released at the beginning of the month. So I tested it. But anyway, there's a metal base on it. And I like to have my light that stays like this right into the creeper when I'm moving around. Then you can face it to wherever. Let's turn it on so you can see it. So you can face it to wherever you're doing when you're working with it. And my plastic creeper at work is a pain in the butt. It's uncomfortable as hell. Sometimes I'll underneath the truck for like 10 hours a day. I'll just get out a couple times in order to just have lunch and have a quick break. So having the nice comfy creeper is good. Now, if it's just to roll around in your driveway underneath your car and stuff, you're not going to do that too often or too long, then yeah, you can just get away with like a wood creeper, a plastic one. But if you're going to be working with it for hours, then you might want one of those. Well, I want to bring this one back at work with me. So because of that, yeah, I'm Québécois. I am Québécois. Yabadabadoo. Yeah, that's it's pretty French saying. So anyway, I want to bring this one back at work with me. And because of that, I need more stuff at home. And I have a seat too. My seat is not a seat that is a snap-on seat. It's just I bought the seat at cheap seat at Canadian Tire. I think it was on sale for 40 or 50 bucks. And I needed the seat at work. And I'm gonna tell you that the padding is uncomfortable as hell. It's just a 2-inch padding on it. So anyway, BullArmor hooked me up here with a special price. I get the link in the description if you want to watch or go check out their project. It's an affiliate link, so I might get a small commission if you end up buying something from them. But let's just see what they have. I never dealt with them before. I just saw that they were online. This is a Canadian company in the Montreal region. So I contacted them. I said, hey, I need this for my garage and to do some, project around. I'm always doing brake job, changing car wheels at home, doing stuff like that. If you can see here about project, I'll turn the phone around. So I got this dirt bike here. Me and my son are working at it, or I have to actually replace the stir for the back wheel. The other bikes we're not really doing too much. Well, actually, this one is quite modified quite a bit. That's a gyrocopter from the company, what's it? iGadget. They're also a company, a Canadian company online, and they're in the region of Toronto. So we bought this bike on. They're selling it. They're selling it both on Amazon, and they're also selling it at Best Buy. So I forget if we bought it at Best Buy or Amazon. They sell parts for it too. We had to change the tire before, but my son wants to have something that is completely different than anybody else. So he ended up modifying. If you're looking at that bike online, you're gonna see it. It won't look like this. So just before we open those boxes here, I'll tell you a little bit about this bike here. So the tires are original one, except the back one, because they had the grip like this. So the back one is an upgraded one that Gyrocopter was selling, or the iGadget was selling for the Gyrocopter bike. So we got this because he did too much burnout with it, and he blew up that back tire. It went for shred. He made himself a little plate here. This is homemade. This is actually just an old container, a plastic container that he cut out. And you have, what do you call those, crickets, I think? You can make stencil of design of stuff, letters, numbers, design, and then he glued that on there. He also changed the grips. I think he changed the brake handle too. He has a new throttle. The throttle makes a huge difference. If you have a e-bike and you want a huge upgrade to it, the first thing you want to do is change the throttle. I tell you, this thing went from leap mode, acceleration, like nice and smooth, to like a couple spot at the end where you're kind of like not having control of the power too good. And now it's snappy as hell. He's able to pop wheelie with this thing, and it was just because of the throttle. We didn't change the motor yet, and we didn't upgrade the battery, which is something that's gonna come soon. But anyway, we're getting quite off track right now. We're supposed to do that opening and check out those check out the creeper and so that's a fold up creeper. Let's go back to that before I get all over the place. I got so much stuff going on, guys. I have tons of boxes here too in the back. They're just company keep sending me stuff to review. I can barely keep up with them. So lots of stuff. And if you follow the channel, you know that I push everything to the limit. And that's one of the first things that I tell any company that contact me. It's, I am going to grab your flashlight and drop it. I want to see if it's still going to work. I am going to drop your creeper on the ground, see if the wheels are popping out. I am going to try to do, you tell me your flashlight can go in water. Well, I'm dunking it in water. Like, it's rated for IPX6, which is what, 2 meters of water for 30 minutes. Well, we're going to leave it in the bucket of water for 30 minutes, go back to it, see if it works, right? Because the thing is, like, you want to see, are the company telling you the truth or not? So I do those tests so that you know what to expect, and this is what's happening on the channel. Let's see if this flashlight's still working. It's supposed to be at 1 meter. 1 meter drop maximum. Okay, for opening this flashlight here, there's a safety feature on it so it doesn't light up in your pocket because it gets a little bit warm. So you have to press the button. If you press the button just one, you'll see it kind of blink. Oh, all right. I guess I didn't have it locked. So anyway, you can lock it by pressing the button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to blink. If I try to press the button again, it's just blink. And until you press the button 4 times in a row, then it's just going to blink like this. 4 times, now it's lighting up. So this one I have red light and UV light, and looks like everything is working. So we're gonna lock it up right now. I have it in here because I want to make sure that it's going to hold the magnetic flashlight are gonna hold on this creeper. So the first thing I took out of there is the creeper. Let's take the 2 seats out of there as well, so that we can get rid of that nice brown ugly box here. Okay, I'll move you guys like this. All of those tools I did a review already on there. Oh, pop the button. So if you're interested in watching any of more of the tool review, then yeah, we have tons of tool review on the channel. I think I have over 700 videos so far. Okay, so which one is there one that you guys are here to watch first? If not, I'm the most interested in the creeper, so let's do that. So I'll put those 2 seats here. So I got 2 different mechanic seat here. I got 2 different mechanic seat because of the height difference. I'll bring you a little bit closer. So yeah, the height difference are a big thing there. So when we do work on a motorcycle, you want to be sitting quite low in order to be able to work on the engine and all this, compared to when I do a brake job on my pickup truck. So this is why I got those 2 different seats. And it's going to give me a different height. Now I'm looking for a company that sells stools too, to sit at the toolbox for when I do projects like that, or other review, or if we do an interview with somebody. And BullArmor, I have some, but me and the wife were looking at it, and the bottom of it, it's a steel frame, but with the plastic tray at the bottom. We're just afraid that if it gets bounced around and stuff like that, the plastic is gonna break and it's gonna look ugly. So this is why I didn't order it from BullArmor. But yeah, so I'm looking for some seat that would look cool into the garage here. Okay, so first thing that came out of the box at the top for the creeper is some wheels. So it looks like we have wheels, and came with bolts and the tools to install them. We're gonna open the rest of the creeper and look at that after. I'm gonna tell you right now that it looks like the wheels, they're made cheap. Let's see about the rest of the creeper. One of the big thing about BullArmor that I find online is it looks like the padding. We're going to compare that to the Snap-on one, but the padding was supposed to be very thick. The creeper that I choose is a trifold. They have some that are not folding too, but I thought that the trifold one to give an extra seat would be a cool thing. So now I might be wrong about the padding. It might just be something that the padding might just be 4-inch thick for the 2 seats. I'm not sure 100% about the creeper. I'll have to look at that and measure it. But as it's coming out of the box right now, it looks like, yeah, Looks like it's just 2-inch, but the foam is very dense on it. So you won't be able to feel how dense the foam is, but maybe if I try to squish it for this from the side here, so I don't make, my thumb doesn't go all the way down. So it's pretty good. Now the fabric on there seems to be a little loose. I don't like how loose it is here. Yeah, my snap-on one's not loose like this. It seems, yeah, the fabric on it seems very thin. But we'll see what happens with this. All right, so first time I deal with the company here, not 100% sure how this goes together. I figured that this is the centerpiece. It would be the bottom here, and we'll have the rest. And I guess it's probably either turning like this here or that flips over. I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh yeah, yeah, it looks like it would be, yeah, like that. Okay, so it looks like there's a couple different spots where you can put this. Maybe I should look at the instruction. It's never fun to look at the instruction, no. Your review driver business. Well, that's what we're doing right now, reviewing this. See how it's going. So a creeper is going to look like this picture at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. You guys have folding creeper, or you just have some that are staying the same in one piece, like my snap-on creeper. All right, so first thing, I guess you're supposed to just put the couple of bolts there to hold everything together. All right, so it goes like this here. I'm gonna show you the first piece so we can understand. So on the one side, there's just the one hole here, and to the other side, there's the same hole, but there's also a pin that's going through. And this is what's telling me how it's going, actually, without looking too much at the instructions. So there's just the one hole on this side. You can see just one hole here, but there's also a second hole right here and a notch for the pin to go into. So yeah, this is the way that it's gonna go. Okay, so I just have to pull that pin out here, and I was able to slide it in here. It goes through that pin. Now we're gonna put our bolt through. What do you guys think about the new shirt too? I just received that. I ordered that this week. A little local company that are making clothing and website and everything. All right. So the company is in Barrie, Ontario. I'm not gonna tell you the name right now because honestly, I don't remember. So I kind of know it, but I don't want to pronounce it wrong or something like that. So, but yeah, they give me a good deal just to try out their clothes. So I'm testing them, see how they're lasting, see how the label's lasting, and then I'll make a whole bunch of them after if they're good. All right, so we have two different size wrenches here, or no, I guess it was just a mistake to give me two, or maybe it's because you have to, oh yeah, I guess you have to hold both in the nut, so they give you the wrenches for it. They give you two. Okay, so we're done with this bag. All right, the wheels are just plastic, or nothing fancy. Looks like just injection molding. Honestly, yeah, I don't think they're as strong as Snap-on, but at the same time, this thing is just you know, it costs costs way less than a snap-on creeper. All right, so we're going to put the bolt through. Right, to fit this through the holes. Maybe I should bring the phone down a little bit so you can see a little bit what I'm doing instead of just all of this is on the chat at the bottom here. Just trying to put those bolts in really quick. So yeah, we'll put everything together and then after that we'll flip it over and put the wheels on. Okay. Just stick the nuts here. So here's our pull-out pin so we can move the seat. Put the nut on the other side. So do we have any mechanic here? Wolf Queen. Hi, Wolf Queen. Hi, OJ Simpson 32. Get some glove, man. Some glove to put the creeper together. Somebody must have soft hands. All right. Now, I don't know if I want to use that. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. So that's the tool that comes with it. I never use tools that comes with stuff usually because I have all my own tools to do everything. But all right, let's get those tools out of here. The other toolbox. So those are two toolboxes back to back. Two toolboxes back to back. Like this, I have access to. Like this, I have access to each side, and I can use it in the center of my garage as a workbench. All right, what do we have here? It should be what, 916, this stuff? Well, yeah, 916. 916 with a 3/8 drive, but we'll take a longer socket here. Oh, actually, no, because we'll do the nuts on the outside anyway, so yeah. So shallow socket for this. And then for the wrench, I have the tin wrench from Ulsa Tool up here, but more down, I have lot more wrench here. What do we have? That's, yeah, standard. Okay, 916, perfect. Let's get this done. All right, I'll go back on the other side. There's a little bit more room. Starting to have a little bit too much stuff in here. I have to finish all of those unboxing and a review to get a little bit more room. All right. So the frame of it seems pretty good. So it's a metal frame, so the flashlight should stick to it. I don't want to put this too tight. The frame's already touching on this side here. So we're going to do the same thing onto this side. Thinking like if I put enough pressure to make those bars touch, then it's not going to be too flimsy when I fold it and sit on it. We'll adjust it if we need to adjust it at the end here. Okay, that's what the two first parts look like together so far. I'm gonna flip this around. I'll put the head on it. The bolts are gonna go right through, and we're going to have access to the bottom. So I have to flip it around already. So this fit into the center of those two brackets here. All right. I think I'm, oh no, I was going to say, I think I'm missing a bolt, but I'm not. Okay. Kind of have to twist everything up a little bit to try to line up the bolt holes. So nobody answered to say if there's a mechanic out here, right? So I'm a licensed mechanic myself. I work truck and coach. I work on tons of stuff through the years. I have over 20 years experience. Well, I'm 46 years old right now. I started really doing mechanic and the trade, working at the Mac dealership when I was 16 years old. Started as a co-op student. They hired me for summer job, and then they hired me for after school. I used to drive a little. I was from Quebec, and in Quebec, you were able to buy a little 50cc scooter. Everybody had one back then. I don't know if they still drive those things now. But you only needed to be 14 years old, so you didn't even have to have like they had a special driver license for it. This is way too tight. They had a special driver license for it. You just needed to be 14 years old. So it's pretty much like a motorcycle license, but with tons of restriction. 50cc scooter cannot go more than like 50 or 60 kilometers an hour. So you have restriction, like you're not allowed to go on the highway and all that other stuff. So I used to drive that back and forth to the dealership. I think driving that to school every day back then and to the dealership when I was 16 was costing me, I think it was $2 a week in gas. So I think it was just 2 or 3 liters that were fitting in there back then. So that was a cheap ride. All right, so for the wheels, I don't know if I'm missing it. Oh no, okay, I see what's going on. Because I was going to say, like, I can only find the nuts, like 4 nuts like this that screw on into the tread of those wheels. But this is because the head of the Creeper actually have treads for where you're putting the wheels, so you don't need to have those nuts. This is nuts. So we're gonna put those one first, and then after that, the rest of it, use the 4 nuts. There's 6 wheels in total. Yeah, I'm not. Wheels seems, I don't know. It seems that if you drop that, like, you know, sometime with my Snap-on Creeper, I'm not afraid of it. Like, it's built tough, and if anything happens, I get good warranty on it. So you grab it with you, and then you kind of I check it on the ground, sometime beside the truck, just on the wheels. And I don't really lie it down too nicely. I think that this Creeper here, if you do that with it, you're gonna need new wheels. Those are pretty greasy. The bearings are already greased very good. There's ball bearings all the way around here. This is what's turning, and yeah, getting my end all nasty already. So for the back of it, there's nuts that you can turn right here. I don't know if you guys can see that because of the light here. It's reflecting quite a bit, but there's a nut that you can twist with a wrench. I guess this is where you're gonna need those little wrench, because those one might be too thick to have access to it. So maybe I'll try that. It's a little bit too thin there. It's yeah. Find those a pain in the butt to use a bit. You know what? I wish I would have the Ulsa Tool thin wrench. I have the Ulsa Tool thin wrench that they're matrix, but I don't have the standard one. And looks like that all this hardware here is standard on this one, on this Creeper. So I might just have to go and order some. If you don't know about Ulsa Tool, this is a company that is actually a Canadian company, and they're in Alberta, Canada. Try to support Canadian if I can, but you know, I'm open to any kind of tools from any countries though, but sometimes it's good to support local jobs too. And now also Tool and BullArmor, I talked to them before. They're not the tool manufacturer themselves, they're a distributor. So yeah, you're supporting Canadian distributor job, but you're not supporting, if you're buying stuff from them, you're not supporting the steel manufacturer from Canada or nothing like that, because it's actually coming from other countries. BullArmor, they didn't share with me where the manufacturers are. When I asked them if it was built around the Montreal region, they said no, it was imported. That's all I got from them. Brick Boy Fast Finger Goon. I don't know what that means. So we're almost done putting that Trifold Creeper together. So we got the whole frame assembled. We have 4 wheels on so far. 2 more wheels to go onto the bottom side. Oh, sorry. So, yeah. I'm surprised about the thickness of the padding. I thought it was going to be the 4-inch like the seat. Tape measure here, yeah. So if you're just joining us right now, hi. So you can see I got lots of tools here. Any of the tools that you see in the garage that you witness, or motorcycle or anything like this, I have videos about. So anything that you see, you can look up on the channel and find a video for it. I'm having trouble to walk over here because, as you can see, I got a lot more boxes, and this is stuff that I haven't unboxed for videos yet. I even have stuff in those cabinets that are still brand new in the package. So anyway, I'm always moving forward, reviewing more tools. If you don't know about the channel yet, like I was saying earlier, I make sure that I test projects so that you guys know exactly what's going on with them. And if the manufacturers are telling you the truth, if they tell you that something can fall off from 1 meter, I'm gonna drop it from 1 meter. Actually, sometime if it passed the test at 1 meter and I still have some time, or it looks very tough, then I might even drop it from higher than that, just to see what the breaking point. When I tested the Ulsa Tool socket sets, like the Allen key and torque bits and stuff like that, I put it on the end pack and I just let it rip until either the socket or the hardware broke. I was lucky enough that all of the hardware broke, so I still have all the sockets. But and I told the manufacturer too, this is what I'm going to do with your project. So if you're interested in video like this, where there's nothing to hide, if the thing is not good or I wouldn't buy it, then I'm gonna tell you. If it's good, I'm gonna tell you. If it's okay, then you'll know too. And you don't have to just take my word for it. I film everything. I don't hide anything on the channel. So if I tell you it's good, you're going to actually see what is good about it. Holy moly. I have to watch no swearing on the channel there, but this is high from the ground. Like, you better jack your truck a few more inches. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way it looks. Let's move the camera back a little bit. And then we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with the Snap-on Creeper. And see how tall it is compared to it. That's the thing about Snap-on. They make everything, the frame is higher, but then it drops, everything drops. Everything's covered with oil here. Oil and grease, that's my life. Okay. So yeah, with Snap-on, everything drops back down into the frame, so the frame is actually higher than the pad. All right. Let's grab the measuring tool. So I'm gonna tell you exactly, there, if I measure it here, you guys are gonna see this. So this is like 3 inches from the ground. And what do we have with this one? That's 4 1/4 from the ground. So this is like 1 1/4 inches higher. The frame themselves look like they're at the same. So it's 3 3/4 for the Snap-on and 3 3/4 for the BullArmor. All right. What else can we compare to them? Now the price is quite different. No, like, you know, you're talking about the Snap-on Creeper that's in between $300 and $450 compared to this one here. Actually, with the sell price and stuff, I think I pay like $50 or $60 for this thing. It was a combo with one of the seat, actually. I think the combo is on sale for $100 right now. The link's in the description if this is what you want to get. All right. So let's bring this closer so you guys can see exactly what I see and what I'm talking about. All right. So the Snap-on one, you can see the fabric here. You know, it's a little bit loose. It's squishy, but when you press on it, you're not going to make it all the way down. This one here, look at this fabric, just so thin, it kind of folds a little bit. But the padding, holy smoke, like this will be like super comfortable because the padding is actually a little bit hard. Like it's soft, but it's like how can you say that? It's kind of hard and soft at the same time there. Like it's soft enough so that my thumb goes in there, but it's not soft enough so that I go all the way to the board at the bottom. So it looks like the board here, it's probably 1/4 inch thick. Snap-on, I don't know if we can. Snap-on is way thicker than this. Like Snap-on is probably 5/8 sheet of plywood in there. So now we're going to look a little bit at the wheels. So let's flip those two Creeper around. Okay, so here's the wheels for the Snap-on one. Those are the upgraded wheels, actually. Like, they're way better than the original wheels. The original wheels are kind of breaking apart on me, but they were also 10 or 15 years old. So now those are nice and big too, compared to those tiny little wheels from BullArmor. BullArmor to like those feel like rollerblade quality wheels almost, even though they're all plastic. There's no soft part into it. Those here looks like it's just injection molding wheels, which they cut out some part in here to make it lighter, I guess, or I don't know if. I guess there's those line in here to try to reinforce everything, but I don't know if I think if the wheels were full, that probably would reinforce it a little bit more. Let's measure the size difference for the wheels, because that's gonna make a difference too. Like, yeah, you're rolling this on gravel or floor dry. Like this Snap-on Creeper can go over top of anything. Even if you have cable ties on the ground, it'll roll over. So they're 2.5 inch wide. And then we have 2 inch. So 1/2 inch wider for the Snap-on. Now, all of those are greased ball bearing. This is pretty stiff, but might be because it's brand new. I'm gonna tell you that I was able to do this already with the brand new wheels of Snap-on. Now, like I said, it might not be fair comparison because of the price difference. Like, you know, I'm comparing a affordable Creeper compared to a top of the line brand. So there's some little stuff that are not going to be perfect with the more affordable brand, but we have to take everything in consideration, especially if you're using your Creeper to make a living and you're sitting on there or lying down on there for a long time. All right, so we'll put the Snap-on Creeper aside for a second, because now I want to look at the trifold for this one. I don't know. I wish I would have I need to get the scale for in here so I can tell you what the weight difference is. They pretty much feel the same to me. Like this seems to be a nice, strong frame actually. All right, so how do you do this? So I think you just pull the pin on the side here out so it doesn't come all the way out, which is good because like that we're not gonna drop it and lose it. Okay, so this goes like this. All right, now the pin went back in automatically, so it is spring loaded. And then after that, you just move the seat like this. And now you have a little seat. I guess you can put some tools on there. I wouldn't personally, because I would be afraid that I would end up like scratching or tearing the fabric, but you could if you wanted to, or you can put a tray, like maybe one of those magnetic tray, you could put that on there, or I have this on the other side here. You can get yourself one of those magnetic pad too. That would be good. Those are very good. They hold lots of stuff, so that wouldn't mark anything, so that would be good for this. All right, maybe I'll bring the camera down a little bit. I can see. I'm not sure if I can roll around in my garage because the seat, not the seat, but the floor that I put, like when I did the garage upgrade this summer. But we're gonna try it. Oh, actually, yeah, it's gonna work. Let's bring this down. All right, now you just. Okay, stop looking at my crotch like this. The slide just this light just folding down. Sorry, I'm shaking you quite a bit, guys. All right, I think there's one more to go down. Okay, there you go. Now we can talk to the same level. So how's the seat here? Seat. Okay. I was sitting a little bit too much up front, I think. It's hard on this kind of flooring to roll around. It still does it, but you know, you saw I almost wiped out when I first tried it. Oh, thanks, James Lamika. Thank you. Saud Brassard. You have a great channel. Thanks, James. Yeah, Brassard, that was close to me. I was from je suis de Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. So I grew up into the Montreal region, and so I was 16 years old. Yeah, and then I moved to Ontario because my dad was working for CN. They were back then, and I'm getting old there, but back then they were closing shop in Montreal. It was 1996, and I moved to Ontario because they were offering everybody to move to Ontario and keep your job or find another job and just they'll give you a payout or something like that. So anyway, so my dad ended up moving here, or the whole family follow, and ended up staying here because there's lots of jobs around here that are available. And now I've been doing mechanic on trucks pretty much since 1996 when I got my first co-op job as just a co-op student for Mack Truck. And then I went from there. From there, I worked after school. I keep working at the dealership. I worked summer jobs there until I went to college for heavy duty mechanic. And then I graduated from heavy duty mechanic and I started to work on the trade. I worked on tons of stuff. I work on coach buses, like Greyhound buses. You guys know about Greyhound. I don't know if they're still called Greyhound now. So I work on, they were called MCI. I work on city buses too. Those were a pain in the butt because every run that the city bus missed back then, the company would get charged because they had the contract for maintaining the city bus. Every run that the city bus missed, they get fined $5,000. So if something breaks down, you go to the terminal and you try to get that bus going as fast as you can because they don't want to be more than 10 minutes late. 10, 15 minutes late, that's called late. If you're more than 10 or 15 minutes late, then you're starting to call that you missed the run and the company is going to get fined. So anyway, so I work on city bus, I work on street sweeper, I work on the plow that does the sidewalk too, those little tractor there with the salter in the back. I work on backhoe, I work, you name it, I did it, like pretty much all the safety, like town equipment. So I work on vector truck, sewer soccer, I worked on, I work on concrete pumping truck. What else did I work on? I work on garbage truck for years. Now that was a nasty smelling job, but if you're looking for something that like you can have for life, like they'll never get rid of you, is like if you're a mechanic on garbage truck, you're safe because nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that job. Even the dealership refused to have them inside their shop. So if you're a mechanic there, you can move forward pretty good in the company. I was lead hand actually over there, and anyway, and then I moved from there. But yeah, so I got lots of experience sitting around. So yeah, this seat is nice. It's comfortable. Like I said, it's not as thick as material as I was expecting. Now let's raise you back up. And let's go see those two seats. So What do you guys think of the new hat and new shirt? Get those made this week. I just received them. Any mechanic here? All right, so we got the Trifold Creeper out of the way. Now, let's look at those two seats we received. So the two seats, so I have the regular one that is the round one with the round base, and we have the square or rectangle one. So I'm not sure which one is which. Oh, okay, so this one here says pneumatic. So yeah, pneumatic rolling stool. So this one is going to raise up and down. So this is our round one, and the other one is our square one. We're gonna move that BullArmor Creeper in the back here, and let's open this box. That's the seat I have at work. Not this brand in particular, it's another brand that I have. Looks like this comes pre-assembled already. Whoa! That almost rolled off the table. Oh, okay, so here's the base for the rolling one. This one, the wheels are already on. Looks like they're using a lock washer in between here. Also, all of the ball bearing, roller bearing. The wheels, they're just plastic. They're not soft. Looks like it's a black plastic wheel with a red wrapping around it. It's another plastic, but, oh, excuse me. Sometimes those end up like breaking apart, and then you'll just have the smaller black wheel inside. That happened to some of the seat that I have from Canadian Tire, actually. So yeah, so those, they already have the nut and a washer installed into the inside. Oh, I should have bring a glass of water with me in the garage. My throat's itchy now. Not used to talking that much. Well, usually I talk a lot during the video, but it's all edited. So I don't talk a lot in one shot. I'm not usually a big talker. All right, so this probably just fit right here. It's probably pressure fit. What do you think? Maybe I should yank that in there and get it stuck. Let's see if we have some instruction. So it looks like we have more tools in this package. 2 little wrenches like we had before. I bet you that they're probably the exact same size. Let's see. Yeah, that's the same size. So 9/16. Looks like everything that they have is 9/16. So that makes it easy. You don't need too much tools. All right, we have the seat. Oh wow, look at how thick this is. So this is what they were saying. Okay, this is thick, but it feels very weird inside. It feels like there's like, you know, styrofoam balls and stuff. It feels like that's what it is. Instead of just being a nice thick foam, looks like it's like there's a foam base with styrofoam balls on top, which is weird to me. Anyway, let's see how thick this is. It's supposed to be 4-inch. But I have 2.5. Are far from the 4-inch. Okay, I'm sure that online it was saying that it was going to be a 4-inch thick. I'm pretty sure that all the stuff was supposed to be 4-inch thick. Huh. Okay. All right, so yeah. Yes, you can't screw this up because this cylinder here is way bigger on one end than the other end, and you know, try to do the puzzle, eh? Put it in the hole that fits. All right, so I don't know. Maybe I should look at the instruction to see if there's a trick to it. I was just going to, without reading the instruction, another paper saying, please do a review. Well, this is what we're doing. All right. Yeah, before I just yank this in, let's just make sure that there's no trick to secure it. All right, well, step 1, grab the bottom base. Step 2, grab the top base. Step 3, put it together. And just like that. That's. And here it says assemble it according to the instruction. Well, thank you. That enlightened everything for us, right? Okay, it also says keep your children and pet away. And bystanders. Whoa, don't get too close. I'm going to put the seat together. I warn you, if you get hurt, it's because you came too close. All right, and it says don't pass the weight capacity, which the weight capacity, I think, is 300 pounds. It says right there. But it also says that it's supposed to be like a 4-inch base. But. All right, and it says the casters are 2.5 inch, which, yeah, they look like they're bigger than the Creeper. So yeah, the casters, yep, the casters are 2.5 inch. It's recommended for 300 pound maximum, and the project, the whole weight of it is 11 pounds, and it's supposed to go from 42 to 56 centimeter. What? Oh, it's how much it can adjust. Anyway, I'll measure that from the ground. I'll see how far we're sitting from the ground after we're done. All right, so yeah, according to the instruction, grab the base, grab the top, and put it together. Okay. Oh, look at this, eh? Wow, this pressure fit. I can't take it back out. Okay. Well, I guess that's a good sign. And then after you sit on there, I guess everything is going to stay together. So the lever here moves the little rod into this hole, and it just press on this little nipple here. And I bet you if I press on there, it's going to go up. There you go. Ooh, it's greasy. Okay, so yeah, it just goes like this. Huh, this is very pressure fit. Like, I only stick this in, like, I didn't even put that much weight into it, and it's already all stuck. Wow. Okay. I guess the instruction was right. Just grab it and stick it together. All right, well, let's see how comfortable this is. Now, I'm going to have to lower you for this one. Okay, you're ready. I'm going to try not to do it in one shot so you don't shake too much. Actually, maybe I'll do it in one shot, and then I won't shake you for 10 minutes. Down you go. Down you go. There you go. Okay, now we're putting feet. Let me see this here. Okay, so, well, the seat is very comfortable. It doesn't work that good on this kind of flooring. This is the Modulux flooring. I got a video about how to install this. But so this is great because the dust, water, snow that's melting goes right through the floor, and it'll dry up. You can grab a leaf blower to blow everything out of there, and the spring, and makes the garage floor look awesome. Very fast. You don't see the concrete too much through it, so that's good. All right, so the seat seems pretty stable. Yeah, lower it. Okay, So we're lower to the maximum. Just going to open my legs at front of you and measure in between my legs, but that's probably not what you want to see. What you want to see is just the tape measure and my side. Okay, so where are we? 18 inches. Do you see that? If you don't see it, you just have to believe me. It's, yeah, 18 inch. I can make it closer, but only under request. All the way up. Holy fuck. Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry, I sweared. I couldn't help it. I was just so surprised because I keep looking for stools to be able to sit at the toolbox like this. And wow, like I cannot believe how I am sitting right now. This is nuts. Like I wasn't expecting this from a seat like that. Like I thought it would be half that height. Huh. How high do you think that is? All right, so let's see. Without me sitting on it. So we're pretty much at 23.5 inch. So from the ground up, 23.5 inch. And now if I sit on there, it compresses a little bit. And it looks like it compressed by 1 inch. So we're at 22, yeah, 22.5. Yeah, great surprise. Wow, I like it. And it is comfortable. So the seat I have from Canadian Tire is pretty much the same one. It's the MVP or whatever that is. The cushion is so thin on that thing. Like as soon as I sit on there, I can feel the bottom plate. And then if you sit on there for more than 5 minutes, it starts to be uncomfortable. You keep kind of like shifting on there every few minutes. Try to reposition yourself to get a little bit more comfortable. But this one here, I don't feel, it's bouncy. I don't feel the bottom plate at all. And it is, you know, yeah, it's rocky like that, but it's just the flex into the metal and stuff, like, because it's not actually, there's nothing loose there. So fast we're going down. 1, 2, 3, and ooh. It's not bouncy at all when you're all the way down, though. It's a little bit cushiony if you raise it up a bit. So maybe raise it an inch when you're rolling around. You'll be more comfortable. This is what I do with the one I use at work too, because yeah, it's way uncomfortable if you don't do that. Especially when the concrete floor at work is not super, like there's little dent in it and stuff. So if you don't want to feel all this stuff onto your back, then raise the seat just a little bit, ½ inch, an inch, and then you'll have a little bit of cushion from the air suspension or the shock absorber, I guess. So yeah, this is good. I'm very impressed with it. Impressed how tall it is. Well, what do you say? We'll open the next seat, can compare it. But yeah, so far, it's very good. All right, let me just move this box out of the way. I will raise you back up, I promise. There you go. I told you I was going to. Well, okay. Wow, look at this. The creeper and the seat. Big comparison. We can. All right, so if you're all the way up, with the seat folded like this and the creeper here, we're about, I would say about 9-inch difference. So this can sit at you can sit at your toolbox with this thing. That's awesome. All right, let's put the seat in the back, creeper at front. We have one more unboxing to do. Again, we're unboxing stuff from BullArmor. BullArmor sponsored this video. Well, kind of sponsored this video. They give me 30% off. Oh, I'm stuck into the dirt bike tire. Okay. Give me 30% off on their stuff. Okay. If you're interested in any of those projects again, I get the link in the description. Okay, so the only seat left to open now, it's actually her little rectangle rolling seat with the tray at the bottom. Now, I don't expect this one to be assembled like the rolling stool there with the wheels already on because the box is too thin. Whoa-ho-ho! You want to play a horseshoe? Got a couple brackets here. So those, I think the seat goes on top and then it's either going, yeah, either like that or like that. We'll find that out in 2 seconds. Oh, I got the nice wheels, just like the rolling stool over there. Same kind of wheels, except we have to mount it ourselves. Oh man, it's always more work, more work. Okay, what else do I have in here? So this is what the project's gonna look like when we're done. There's the instruction. Right, that's also for 300 pounds, so it's pretty good. The instructions are a little bit more in depth than the round seat. They actually tell you what to do, not just stick it together and call it a day. Also a little paper in this bag telling you to do a review. Well, we're reviewing it right now. This is not 4-inch. I don't know who measured that. On the website that says 4-inch. But, you know, at the same time, this was very comfortable and it wasn't 4-inch. This is 10. Holy, look at this. It's like 1.5 inches. Ooh. The foam is, you know, it's a stiff foam, so it's probably okay. Maybe they meant like it feel like you're sitting on 4-inch. Okay, so in the back of this here, you can see 2 little holes, and to those little holes, there's little threads. So yeah, there's little metal insert in here. I don't know if that's a piece of steel. I'm not sure if it's a piece of steel or plastic. Well, you know what? Well, a flashlight that's magnetic here. Let's see. Nope, that's not steel. It's probably plastic with the little thread insert there. Okay. So this is like, yeah, plastic mold again with, so this is all plastic at the top, but if you flip it around, you can see that this is actually a steel frame around it. So the tray itself is not steel, but the frame is. All right, well, let me see those instructions here. Okay. So if you just, when I see the instruction, I mean, let me look at the picture. The instruction shows you that the big part, the long part of the bracket goes to the top, and the small part goes at the bottom with the 2 mounting holes here. So it's gonna go, yeah, it's gonna go like this here. Maybe I need to lower you again. You're always too high. Get in with the program. Yeah. If you're too high, you can't see nothing. Okay. A little closer, peut-être? Maybe. A little bit of French glitch there. Peut-être, maybe. Okay. So first thing I would do is probably assemble the wheels. So it seems to be the easiest thing to do. So of course, your tray to put your tool is going to be upwards. If you put it like this, then you just have a flat surface for everything to fall down. Okay, so we're gonna put all the wheels on. All right. So there is 8 all on here, 4 on this side, 4 on this side. The 2 extremity are your wheels. The 1 in the center are for your brackets. So we're going to stick out of this end. Those will go through the top. Well, it'll go through the top. Goes to the bottom, right? Okay, I did it. So the knot is a little bit iffy to put through. Okay, I'm just gonna twist this very quick there. You know what, if I just hold it like that and actually grab the Allen key that come with it, then I can grab the nut on this side and actually twist it good. Probably not too tight. We don't want to end up breaking the plastic, and now the wrench is stuck. So maybe it was a bit too tight. There you go. Oh yes. Perfect. 1 wheel down. All right, let me grab the insert and push those in. There are a little pain in the butt to put in. Okay. They're a pain in the butt because the steel frame is actually drill the perfect size for it, but the plastic holes are off a little bit, so it's hard to put on. Okay, just gonna get this started. All right, we're gonna grab the Allen key on one side, a wrench on the other side. You know, I was telling you it was 9/16, but it's actually 14 mils. Can you see that? Yeah, 14 mils. I was wrong. 9/16 and 14 mils are very, very similar in size. Just a touch difference, not much. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell. All right, so I'm just putting this until it's kind of hard to pull the wrench out, and then we're gonna call it a day after. Eh? So those are gonna be big game changer for the garage, actually. Get a brake job coming up on my wife's truck, 2016 Dodge Ram. I already did a video about this, so I'm not really doing another brake job video. So I'm going to be able to use those seats for sure doing that. We have to work a little bit on the dirt bike, so some of those seats are going to be pretty practical for this. But my next video that I'm doing this weekend is I got a CarPlay car stereo that I'm installing into a Dodge Journey. That's my dad's Dodge Journey. So he's driving. He lives a few hours away, so 5 hours away, I believe. So he's driving down to come and see me tomorrow, and we're going to do the installation and film the video. So this is what the plan is. Okay, so I figure the 2 bolts like this, 2 Allen bolts, are going to be for your seat. They're the smallest, and those threads look pretty small in here. And you get 4 larger bolts, and those are going to be to hook up your base. As we said earlier, the base is actually going with this like that. So this is going towards the back. Oh, actually, I'm holding it wrong. All right, so the back of it is actually the flat spot here. The front of it is the round edge, as you can see. So we're gonna put this like that. Now it shows on the instruction that they're putting the bolt through the bottom. And they're putting the bolt through the bottom because they have those cap nuts to put on top. So you have 4 washers and 4 cap nuts. So I'm gonna put the washer right now. I would suggest, I didn't read the instruction at all, but I would suggest that doing something like this, you want to have the seat mounted before you tighten everything in place, because it's easier to mount when there's a little bit of flex, and then you tighten everything after. All right, bolt, washer, cap nut. And we're going to do the same after. Okay. Bolt, washer, cap nut. All right, I'm gonna leave this loose, and then we're going to mount the seat. I would assume that we want to have the logo facing the front of the seat. Front of the seat, like I said earlier, that's the round edge. The flat edge is the back of the seat. And it doesn't look like those will have any washer. Yeah, and it looks like the bottom of it is, well, let me see something. I'm gonna try to flip it and see, because right now I got a little hedge here. I want to see if I put it the other way, if I'm still gonna have a hedge or not. Yeah, so it doesn't matter which way you put it, you're going to have an edge on there. So I'd rather have the label facing the front. So those are the BullArmor stuff. Okay. BullArmor stuff, eh? Yeah. Like saying this right now, just instead of saying seat, or stools. So 2 stools, 1 creeper. 2 stools, 1 creeper, 1 mechanic. We're up to the game. Let's see. Okay. So those are a little Allen key bolt that we're going to put at the bottom here. Grab your Allen key. Lefty loosey. Righty tighty. I don't know if it's actually sucking it in or what. Like, is it working? Oh yeah, it's getting tighter. I'm thinking that the base is actually like not the plywood base, like the snap-on one is a sheet of plywood underneath everything. I think that underneath those seats is probably plastic, I would assume. So I wouldn't tighten everything super tight. All right, well, we're almost done. Now, as you can see already, well, this seat is super tall. The regular round stool. The rectangle stool is the lowest, and our Trifold Creeper is actually a little bit higher than this. Now the advantage that you have, well, there's multiple advantage depending what you're taking. So the seat like this, the advantage that you have is you have your tray to put your tools underneath you. The advantage of the Creeper is that, like I showed you earlier, okay, this is not the right tool. You move that? No, let's see. Must be one of those. They're supposed to all be the same. I don't know, we have 13 mil and 14 mil. Okay, so this is 13. Let me finish tightening this up here, and then we're going to measure the difference after. But anyway, so the advantage of the Creeper is you're sitting almost the same height in this. You can use the magnetic base, the magnetic pad that I was showing you earlier, in order to put your tools underneath so you don't damage your Creeper. Advantage is you have a Creeper with you. So this is like a big plus for if you're tight on space and you don't have space for all, like if you don't have space for everything. Okay, so this frame was twisting a little bit on me. Well, I like the color anyway, it looks good. Now, just like the rest of it, like that faux leather on there, it's pretty soft. Doesn't feel super thick. It's pretty much everything that you're seeing here. It's pretty much rated for 300 pounds. All right. This rule very good. Casters are also 2.5 inch. Have space for your tools at the bottom here. Just double check the casters again. So casters, yep, 2.5 inch casters, just like the caster for the rolling seat, like this one, 2.5 inch. But the caster for the Creeper, okay. I'm used to film horizontal, so what's happening now is I got lots of space over my head, and I'm trying to show you stuff, but I don't have too much space wide to be able to show you everything. All right, so this one, 2 inch for the casters. All right, cushion again. So cushion, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, and we have 2.25. Yeah, this feels, I don't know, feels, what do you say it? Like sponge, but coarse sponge, but still dense. It's weird. All right, let's see how it rolls on the ground. I'm gonna sit on there and first, before we do that, we're gonna test. So now if you have magnetic flashlight, is it gonna stick on there? So this magnetic flashlight here is a little bit, I have 2 batteries inside, so it weighs a little bit too much. So because of that, the magnet, well actually the magnet is not strong enough for this size of flashlight. This is what I should say. So I would hold it if it's straight, but it's not going to hold it if it's sideways. But you can grab like one of those smaller flashlights like this. Those would be all right. This one would be actually pretty good, the Woben G5, because the head that turns around. Then for the Wuben G5, you'll be able to put the magnet base on it and move the head however you want. And it should be okay. The bigger flashlight here, the Suffern ST2, this one is a little bit too heavy for the seat. Okay, so what do we have for height now? So for height for this one, from the bottom is 13.5 inch. The creeper from the bottom is 15 inch. The step stool, not step stool, sorry, just rolling stool, 23.5. But if we compress it all the way, holy smoke, you need to sit on there if you want to compress it. If you compress it all the way, we're still the highest at 18 inches. Both stool have the same size caster. Creeper seems okay. It was pretty stable. Now let's see how stable the rectangle seat is. Okay. Yeah, this seat's not too bad. I guess you guys don't see the seat right here. So that square seat is actually pretty good. My knees are at the right angle to be able to work. You're probably going to use the seat to do a job that you're bent down a little bit lower to the ground, so brake job on your vehicle, whatever. You have access to your tools underneath, not too far. It's pretty stable. This is the lowest one, so this is what you're going to use if you're doing that kind of stuff. The rolling seat also had the tray at the bottom, which was all metal. So the rolling seat is a little bit higher. So this one here, you're sitting more at your knees at 90 degrees. For me anyway, I'm 5'10". So this is pretty comfortable like this. But now if you're going to work on your brake job on your car and you just raised it a couple inches from the ground, then you're going to be stuck like this. It's going to be hard on your back. So you might want to have this seat, which is a little bit lower. And if you're lacking for space and you want to be able to be more versatile, then you're going to be wanting to use this creeper here, Trifold Creeper. And this one here can give you a stool. Pretty comfortable as well. This seat though, this one raised, that step stool raised super high. So those are my rolling cabinet. And as you can see here, well, yes, as you can see, they're pretty dusty, but so we've been doing some wood project around here. But now I can sit in my rolling cabinet like this. I wouldn't be like super comfortable. Like I would need to be a little bit higher like this to be able to do some good work. But if you're just hanging out, having your coffee and stuff like that, then or you know, chatting with your coworker and not doing your work, then this is the perfect perfect rolling stool for you. All right, let's lower ourselves and then I'll show you really quick about this creeper here. This creeper, you can put it as a seat like this, super easy. Put it back as a creeper, it's as easy. So flip the top like this. Now it's in an angle. The only thing you have to do is this spring pin here. It's spring loaded. You pull this pin out, and now I'm not too gracious when I'm doing this. You pull the pin out anyway, and then when you're putting it back straight, then the pin just goes right back in. And now you have your creeper on the ground. Yeah, this is pretty good. All right, well, this is the wrap for this video. I hope you liked it. Thanks for people that give me the like. Thanks, James Lamica, for the gift. And yeah, I will see you. I will see you in the next video. All right, I'll see you soon.